Amazing job of growing future leaders here in Hartselle that will eventually own our businesses, run our businesses, work in our future industries, and we are so thankful and we take seriously the partnership that we have with you. So today is really meant to be a gift for you. Today's breakfast was provided by First Baptist Church of Hartselle. We're really thankful for that. We're going to have a moment here to hear from our presenting sponsor today, Decatur Morgan Hospital. Really thankful for what they've provided over many years here in our community to serve you all and a multitude of faculties. We also have some of our venue sponsor this morning was Alabama Education Association, and our gold sponsors are Gilchrist Pharmacy. Unfortunately, he was not able to be here today. He's getting a child off to college. Redstone Federal Credit Union and WCU Credit Union. Hopefully you've had a chance to meet some of them out in the hall as well. Our welcome sponsor today was People's Bank of Alabama, and they were so enthusiastic to greet y'all as you came in the door. So thank you very much. We've got some fun drawings for you all, and just want to continue to be a blessing to you, and we honor and are so appreciative of the hard work that you do every year. Hopefully I've sent a few folks in the hall, hopefully you got a nap this summer, hopefully you're ready to come back, and we really have a sense of expectancy that this year is going to be a year where maybe there's a little more fun infused in your work. And we hope that this will be a year where your reserves get a little more full, and that you're going to see less stress and more fun. So thank you so much, and we're going to move on. Our next guest to speak this morning is our presenting sponsor. I want to introduce to you Noel Lovelace, and she is going to speak on behalf of Decatur Morgan Hospital, and welcome y'all this morning.
Good morning, everybody. As Missy said, I'm Noel Lovelace. I'm the Vice President of Development, and I'm the President of the Foundation at Decatur Morgan Hospital. And so we are so pleased to be the presenting sponsor of this welcome breakfast, and we thank y'all for having us here. I just wanted to first and foremost tell all of you teachers and educators and administrators how much we appreciate the work you do. I know sometimes it's a thankless job, and we in healthcare can certainly commiserate. But we know also that we all don't do it for thanks or probably money. We do it because we have a decided heart, and we are in the business of helping people and growing leaders and growing the future workforce of our community. I also want to let you all know that we at Decatur Morgan Hospital are your community hospital, and we're here to support you, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that we have a presence in your community. And I wanted to mention that we have our Hartselle Medical Mall, which is over on Pine Street. It's the old doctor's clinic. And in that medical mall, in addition to lab and imaging services, we also have 6 primary care providers who are here for this community 5 days a week. They're open Monday through Friday. And that also includes a Saturday coverage for pediatric care. One of those pediatricians, of course, is Grace Kane Williams, who is a product of the Hartselle City Schools system. She graduated from here. She is awesome, and we're so glad to have her on the team. So please know that we have all of those providers here for you. I also would be remiss if I did not mention in an auditorium full of women that we have an amazing OBGYN group at Decatur Morgan. They deliver babies at Decatur Morgan Hospital, 10 miles down the road. And we also have Dr. Nick Schuster, who provides urogynecology. That is a specialty that is hard to find, and despite the fact that it's a great need in all communities. So please just remember that we're here to provide that service because we're very proud of it. I also just wanted to say how thankful we are for our partnership with the Hartselle City Schools. We work with your Healthcare Career Academy in Shelton and Jan and Kim and John. Your nursing students, your healthcare students work alongside our nurses and physicians and other clinicians every day getting real hands-on experience in healthcare, and we are so thankful for that. We have a renewed commitment right now at Decatur Morgan Hospital, probably more than ever, for workforce development, and I know that's true of almost every business in the world right now. But we really thank you for your partnership there, because we need to nurture and grow the future healthcare workers of our community so that they're there to care for all of us when we need them. So please let us know how we can partner with you further. If there's anything we can do to come to your classroom, to present to your students, to help them be inspired for whatever path they choose to move forward in. So that is really all I have this morning, other than again to say thank you for your time, and I hope you all have a great school year. So thank you.
Next, I want to give an opportunity for Wendy Lang of the Alabama Education Association to offer a welcome.
My voice in my bag of tricks somewhere between here and Wilson County, so I'm going to do the best I can. When you're providing for your classroom this year, remember that this year you have $900 to do with for your classroom. That's coming from AEA. We worked very hard for that this year. But there are a few things that you may not have thought of that you're going to need in your own bag of tricks in your classroom, or on your bus, or in your cafeteria, and I want to bring those to your attention this morning. The first thing you need to go out and buy is a tube of hemorrhoid ointment. Because there are going to be some folks that are going to rub you the wrong way. The next thing that you need to get a pacifier. Now you can get them in a 2-pack for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, which is now the $1.25 tree, I guess these days. Fine. But there's always going to be at least one white, and chances are they're going to be in the classroom right next to you, and you're going to have to find a way to do it. Please make sure that you take a ruler. Get a ruler. That's to remind you of the golden rule, which is not do unto others before they do unto you, but do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I always like to tell folks, carry a pack of extra gum to remind you every day to put something extra in everything that you do. That's what makes it yours. That's what makes you own it. And that's what makes those children learn. How many of you have ever used Awesome Spray Cleaner? You're going to have messes you have to clean up. And you're going to be awesome at it if you put your best foot forward. Get you a little Matchbox card and put it right up here on your desk or on your bus or somewhere where you can see it to remind you, stay in your own lane. Get a water pitcher. You can get those for $2 down to the Walmarts. To remind you that little pitchers have big ears and even bigger mouths. And their mama's got even bigger mouths. So be very mindful of that. Be sure you carry with you at all times deodorant, because you don't ever want them to see you sweat, and you gonna sweat. Find you an all-day supper so that you know that it's your job to take a licking and keep on ticking. A pair of gloves is always useful, so that you know that if you don't understand something, or you have a problem, or you have a question, just like being in school, raise your hand. There's always somebody there to help. If you're a member, that's what I'm there for. The hardest part of my job is for somebody to call and say, I have a problem, but I'm not a member. I can't help you. That's what I do, and that bothers me. There are erasers also at the $1.25 tree that say, oops. You need one of those because you are going to mess up. You're going to learn from your mistakes. But you're going to make mistakes. Be very mindful of that and learn from those things. You're going to need a calendar, because if you fail to plan, you have planned to fail without even realizing it. Take a pom-pom with you wherever you go. Make sure you get that. But remember, the reason you have that is because more times than you can count, you're the only cheerleader some of these kids will ever have in your life. So cheer them on to success, because that's what you're here for. Make sure you pick up some camo Band-Aids, because it's a war zone out there, and we all know it, and you need to be prepared. Find some brain seeds, because common sense doesn't grow in everyone's garden, but you better make sure it grows in yours. And last of all, go through your closet, find an old, worn, comfortable pair of shoes, and pull them out. Everyone is replaceable, they say. I guess we're gonna find that out, aren't we? Everybody's supposed to be replaceable, but there is no one on this earth that can fill your shoes the way that you do. Nobody can do what you do in the exact way that you do it. And that's what you bring to the table. If they haven't walked a mile in your shoes, they don't know where you're coming from. But likewise, if you haven't walked a mile in someone else's shoes, leave it alone, because you don't know where they're coming from either. This is going to be a banner year. I can feel it. Great things are going to happen, because great things always happen in Hartselle, am I right?
Yes.
I offer you the best wishes, the best of luck, and I'm right here. If you need me, all you have to do is call. If you're not a member, shame on you, because you're getting a raise, and it's all due to ADA. Just ask your folks out here from Montgomery. They will tell you, nobody pushed any harder than we did. When we couldn't push anymore, we just flat pulled. And that's what we're there for. We work for you. We don't work for anybody else. We work for you. Have a great year. If there's anything I can do, give me a call. But I appreciate you. I appreciate where you sit, where you stand, and what you do. And I appreciate the shoes that you fill every day. Thank you.
And we've got some fun drawings for you all. We have 7 items here, 7 bags here, which represent several different donations from businesses. So get ready.
All right, well, I'm going to start with the first giveaway, which is from Merritt House Realty in Dade County. She had the fishbowl out on her table for a free house cleaning from Trey Summerford's House Cleaning Company. And this winter, I know is going to be really appreciative because she has 3 little boys and just had another little boy, Miss Bree Drake.
Oh, yeah!
So I will give you that contact information, Bree. All right, next we have a $100 Visa card. This is courtesy of People's Bank of Alabama. We are going to start with the winner from Barclay Bridge, who is Beverly Moore.
Woo!
Feel free to come up stage and get that. All right, next we have another $100 Visa card, courtesy of People's Bank of Alabama, from our Crestline Elementary School, and the winner of that, also, I know she just had a little one too, Miss Kayla Elliott.
Yay!
All right, from Effie Burleson, this is courtesy of Holtz Chiropractic, Freight House, and Health Source Chiropractic. It's a $50 gift certificate to Holtz Chiropractic, $20 to Freight House, $15 to Sweet Sensations, and then rock sauce, and a couple other goodies from Health Source Chiropractic. This goes to Stephanie Ronan. Right, courtesy of Town and Country Restaurant, Hartselle Utilities, and Wendy's is a $25 Town and Country Restaurant gift card, $25 to Warehouse Coffee, $25 to Hartselle Nutrition, and $25 to Wendy's. And this is Sarah Iverson from Hartselle Intermediate School. Okay. All right, let's do this is a $50 gift card to Bliss Skin Spa and a $50 gift card to Q Nails. And this one goes to the junior high, Priscilla Goodwin Sarah. All right, courtesy of Story Automotive, this is one free oil change, and this goes to Hartselle High School's Brian Moore. And then last but not least, this is a $130 Oral-B spin brush, thanks to Hartselle Family Dentistry. It says Central Office Employee, Mr. John Hall. Y'all have a great year.
Good morning. Morning. My name is Larry Franks. I am with First Priority and Close Our Kids of North Alabama, and I'm going to lead us in a word of prayer this morning. Before I do, Dr. Jones gave me permission to remind you, hopefully remind you, and not to announce, this coming Sunday night at 6 o'clock on every campus in Morgan and Lawrence County Elementary, Middle, and High Schools. We'll be doing a campus prayer walk, and so there will be people from the community that will be at every one of those campuses to be able to pray for you and your students and the school year and the facilities and all of those things. So I want to encourage you to be a part of that and to show up. Again, you're going to have a lot of kids from your school there, a lot of parents and community leaders and churches and all kinds of folks. Last year, we had over 3,000 people that showed up to walk these 56 plus campuses in Morgan and Lawrence County. So I encourage you to be there Sunday night, 6 o'clock. It's always the first Sunday night in August of every year. So I want to encourage you to do that. So let's pray together to kick this meeting off today. Father, thank you for the privilege of prayer. God, thank you that you are a prayer hearing, prayer answering God. And Lord, we come to you today, Lord, before we ask for anything, we want to stop and thank you for what you've already done for us, what you've already done for the school system, the leadership that you have provided, and the protection that you have given to them. God, if you never do another thing for us, you've done way more than we've ever deserved. And so we stop and say thank you for what you've given us already. Lord, as we approach this school year, I thank you for every administrator, every teacher, our superintendent, the board, God, everybody that has a part in ministering to the needs of students in our community. God, I pray you give them great wisdom this year as they lead. Again, wisdom to know when to do and what to do and how to do. And Lord, I understand even in the ministry that we have with students that many are coming to school because it's a safe haven for them. And so not only are we teaching them education, but we're also teaching them life. And so I pray you give us again great wisdom as we lead, as we minister. God, I pray that we would see every student through your eyes and not our eyes. Lord, may we minister to them, may we love them unconditionally. Many of them are coming from not great situations of no doing or choosing of their own. And so I just pray that you bless this school year. I pray for safety. I pray for protection of the facilities. God, I pray that buses and everything that needs to keep running, that you would do that for us. And again, we'll give you the praise, you the glory, and you the honor that is due your name. The name that is above every name, we pray these things. Amen.
Amen.
Please rise for the presentation of the colors. join me in our country's Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Let's give our students another round of applause for being here this morning. That was Samantha Simmons. She is the Alabama Girls State Governor. She is a student senior here at Hartselle High School. You had Katie Anna Aker sing the national anthem, and then our Civil Air Patrol cadets. And we actually had one of our graduate students come back and join the Civil Air Patrol cadets this morning. So we appreciate them taking time out of their busy schedule and coming to be with us this morning. At this time, it is time for us to introduce our guest that we have with us this morning. And many of you see on the screen, what is your why? So I sent you an email yesterday talking about, we have themes. We have a theme that we focus on every year to carry us throughout that year. So this year, what is your why? And so we have a great speaker this morning that's going to share with you. He's going to talk about all of our generational gaps. Some of us are baby boomers, some of us are millennials, some of us are the Gen Y, some of us are, so all of the different generations. She's going to talk to us about that and talk about, some of us are great with technology, but how we can all work together across the lines, but also talking a little bit about what's your why. So this morning at this time, as we move on through our program, we will introduce our distinguished guests that we have. This morning we have with us Randy Garrison, our mayor. Would you just please stand? If any of our city council members are here, we have Mr. Kenny Thompson, Ms. Virginia Alexander, Mr. Ken Doss, and Dr. Chuck Gill, and Mr. Dwight Tankersley. So if any of you guys snuck in the back, would you please stand? I would just like to say thank you to Mayor Garrison and the City Council, because we have a great partnership, Hartselle City Schools and the City Council. We have to work hand in hand together, the school board, the superintendent, and the City Council and the mayor, because it's all of the things that we do as a system, things we have, places we're going to go, They partner with us, and it is a great relationship, and we're going to continue that. And I just want to say thank you for all you have done and for the partnerships that we have had these last 5 years. So I appreciate that. So thank you. Next, we have another special group with us this morning. I see we have Mr. Parker Moore with us. We have also Representatives Steinhagen and Parker Moore. And then we have Senator Orr. So I want to say thank you personally to them, because both of you, all three of you, have been great support in Hartselle City Schools. And you, I know, are going to continue to support Hartselle City Schools and all that you can do at the state level. And we do appreciate all that you've done, and I appreciate the partnership. And again, they will continue. Representative Moore, Representative Steinhagen, and Senator Orr will continue. So would you guys please stand at this time? All right, and next we have our Board of Education. We're all here because of them, and we appreciate our board members. And so I had shared with them we were going to model technology this morning, but because we're running behind, we took out the little Kahoot. We were going to actually make you do a strategy you could use in your class, and we had fun facts about your board members. So we worked hard on that, but I've deleted that because also just to keep time and keep with our schedule. But we have with us this morning Dr. James Joy, our board president. If you guys will just stand when I call your name, and we'll hold applause to the end. Dr. Joy, our board president. We have Ms. Monty Vest, our vice president. We have Ms. Benita Jones. I know she's here. There she is, right there. And then Mr. Daxton Mays. And we have Mr. Randy Spartman. Let's give them a round of applause. And I'll say this, I just want to thank you publicly for giving me this opportunity to serve as superintendent, because you trusted me to do that. And I just want to say it's been awesome, and I could not have done it without all of you along my side. And I appreciate what you've done. And I know that everything's going to continue to be great. And these people right here are the ones who do. They do the job. It's not me. They do. And so I just want to say thank you, and for the support that you've given me. So thank you for that. Now, moving on, at this time, I'm going to call Ms. Monty Vest, our vice president, to the stage. She has some important news to share with you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. And thank you so much for all that you do, and thank you so much to all the sponsors on behalf of the board. We just want to say thanks to the sponsors and everyone who's made today possible. It's a great way to kick off the school year. We know it's going to be a great year because you guys do amazing work each and every day, and we just appreciate all that you do so very much. Before I get started, the reason that I'm here today, I wanted to, with the board, we talked and we wanted to make sure that we are transparent and open and informing you all throughout the process of selecting our new superintendent, which I know we have big shoes to fill in the role that Dr. Jones has led for us. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a minute. But before I do, I wanted to take this time to, on behalf of the board, just recognize and show our appreciation to Dr. Jones for all of her commitment and dedication. I know you guys see it each and every day. The board does too. And she has led this district in remarkable ways in remarkable times. And as I was thinking about this, I was thinking we could list, accomplishments all day long. But there are two things that I think stand out most to me, and I've talked to a couple other board members about this as well, but she led the effort, along with all of your help, to ensure that our students had in-person learning throughout the pandemic. And you cannot say that for all superintendents or for all districts. And I think that will go down, and I will always remember that as probably one of the most significant accomplishments for this district, but it was led by Dr. Jones. So that's one key thing that I think I will always remember about her. We'll be celebrating her more in the coming days and weeks, so
we'll hear lots more about our accomplishments. But the last thing that I wanted to mention today is she is so dedicated to this district, but it's all about the students to her. It's all about that child in that seat and what they're going to be able to get, and the importance, how important it is for them to get the education that they deserve. There's no more greater evidence of how dedicated she is in that role is what she did to ensure that all sales tax is appropriately allocated. She ensured, she led the way with a lot of help from our legislators for sure, but all the way to the Alabama State Supreme Court to ensure that those funds were appropriately allocated to school systems and this county. And I cannot thank her any more than, so much for that. So she is well deserved for recognition for that. So those are just a couple of things that I wanted to mention about her. But on behalf of the Board of Education, thank you so much. We appreciate you. But like I said, we will be celebrating her in the days and weeks to come. We've got a little more time with her in her role. But I just thought that it was important that we really talk about a couple of those key accomplishments, because those are game changers for this district, and pave the pathway to ensure future success for all of our students, all of our teachers, all of our administrators, this entire community. So thank you very much. So with that, we are going to go into a little more information about the process for selecting a new superintendent. This is probably one we go. Yes, proposed timeline. So just want to let everyone know what the timeline looks like. We're very diligent in this search and in the process, and you're going to have an opportunity to weigh in and to provide input as well. We don't have all of those details and how you'll be able to do that just yet, but just know that it may be in the form of surveys, it may be in the form of focus groups, it may be in the form of town halls, but just know that this board is committed to ensuring that we would get input from all stakeholder groups as we go through this process. So you'll see on the slide that we are going to be posting the position the beginning of September. It'll be a notice of vacancy, so it'll be an alert to potential candidates that they have an opportunity to apply. There'll be a 6-week application period where those applications will be able to be submitted. And from there, that'll take us to the middle of October, where we'll receive all of those applications. There'll be a review process with the selection committee, with the board throughout that, during that time frame. And then we will down select to a list of finalists. Those finalists will be determined by the mid to late October timeframe, and then interviews will take place following that. So throughout the month of November, we expect interviews, which obviously will be public. So we encourage you to participate and attend those interviews. We would welcome your inputs as well. And so it's an opportunity for you to hear firsthand from those candidates. And because our superintendent is not just the board superintendent, it's all of our superintendents, and it's our community. And so we welcome you and we encourage you to attend, participate in any way that you can. So those interviews will take place in November, and the goal is to have a new superintendent named in December, early December timeframe, with a potential start date for early January for second semester. But again, this is notional. This is what we're planning for. There could be adjustments. If there are, we will certainly communicate that to you. We are dedicated to doing that. And just know that we're going to do everything we can to ensure that we find the next super leader for our district. We're not going to replace Dr. Jones. That's not possible. But we will have the next leader that will be able to lead us in this time for our district. And we welcome your input and your prayers as we go through that process. So, and we're looking forward to it because it's a great opportunity for us, because it will just continue on the trajectory of excellence in our district. So just wanted to make sure that you are aware of what the timeline is and what we're looking at for the new superintendent. But we did make a significant first step this last Monday in determining and selecting our interim superintendent, who is not unfamiliar to our district. Certainly she's someone that many of you know, many of you may not know her, but you'll have an opportunity to get to know her. She is well known within the, she is very familiar with our district, served as an administrator here, and served Hartselle City Schools for 36 years. And I'm happy to announce that Ms. Sabrina Bittner will serve as our interim superintendent effective September 1. So she'll be working in the coming weeks with Dr. Jones and transitioning, but you have an excellent leader, understands education, understands the culture of this district, and someone that will ensure that everything continues on and will be everything working smoothly. So I'd like to introduce Ms. Sabrina Bittner and welcome her to Hartselle City Schools. She currently serves as the chair for the Hartselle Educators Foundation Hall of Fame, and has done an excellent job there, and is a Hall of Fame recognition as well. So, Sabrina, thank you so much for serving this district again in this role, and we welcome you. So thank you so much. Everybody have a great year. We appreciate all that you do. We know that sometimes those days are long and it can be thankless at times, but just know that we are on the board. We are always grateful and appreciative for everything that you do. Have a great year. Thanks.